Welcome aboard and welcome back on WatchAdvisor in YouTube. Once again, this is a video where you will only see my hands and of course the superstars on your screen.
Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications.
The superstars on your screen are the BREGUET reference 7137, taken out of the so-called Classique collection. Reference 7137. It's a new execution. It's a novelty of BREGUET of the year 2020. We have a absolutely thin, very thin watch. The case has a diameter of 39 millimeters and the thickness is only 8.65 millimeters, 8.65 millimeters, and the so-called lug to lug distance, the distance I always try to give you lug to lug, is 47 millimeters. So it is a classical watch with classical indications. You have the date. There is a date indication here. You have the moon phase and you have a power reserve and of course the hours and the minutes. That's it. It in the sense of that's more than enough to make a very beautifully looking and very harmonious dial. What the watch really is demonstrating is all the handcrafts of BREGUET and all the capability BREGUET has to really perfectly execute such a watch. So you have a gold, the dial is made out of gold and it is engine turned guilloché, guillochage, engine turned by hand, and the entire decorations done on the dial, engravings, guillochages, all done by hand. So really stunning, beautifully looking. Also very nicely to see on this dial is the so-called hidden signature of BREGUET. You have it once here and a second time here. And this hidden signature, when BREGUET launched this collection the first time, the Classique collection in 1775, was always already part of the entire make of a BREGUET to prevent counterfeits. So he was already taken care of that nobody would fake his watches and he would integrate a hidden signature. So now let me show you the winding of the watch. This is the power reserve indication starting from empty or zero. You have a little arrow and then you see 15, 30 and 45 hours, of course. And when you start turning the crown, the watch will wind until the hand will arrive the position of 45, but it is not, and this is when you will see this when I turn the watch around, of course not a manual wound watch, it's an automatic watch. 45 hours of power reserve, as I just said. It is a 3 Hertz movement, so 21,600 is the oscillating rate of the balance wheel. The watch features 37 jewels. I could say the component, the amount, 256 components, and it has a silicone hairspring and a inverted straight line lever made out of silicone. So the horns of that escapement wheel are in silicone too. So the automatic rotor, as we can see it here, let's turn it around so you can get a better view on the movement. You see the escapement now and you see the amount of decoration also being applied on the rotor. It's a gold rotor. This is the rotor here. And also the oscillating weight, as it is called, is made out of gold, as I just said, and decorated by hand with the grain d'orge circular guilloche pattern. So lots of decorating done, showing the really what Breguet is able to do in terms of handcrafts. So this was the version with that blue dial in white gold, but also one thing I still want to mention, because it's a very particular and very difficult task to do. If you see the blue part of the dial and you see the silver part of the dial and this little line here, to be able to manufacture the line and to really be sure that the color stays where it is supposed to stay, you have to cover and protect different parts of the dial. So this is a very difficult task to do such details on a dial when you imagine how small everything is. And this is one of the beautifulest, let's say, details of this dial and of this watch. This is the red gold version, the same watch, same execution, with a leather strap and with a folding clasp, a butterfly, new butterfly folding clasp. And once again, we can go here and wind the watch. There we go. And you will see also here that the hand indicating the power reserve is moving until we have reached the position where it is fully wound. The same here, the so-called secret Breguet engravings on the dial, counterfeit measurements already at the time being. The watch is based on a pocket watch, the pocket watch number 5. This was the inspiration of the Classique reference 7137, and it initially was launched in 2008, and this is the latest executions. If you are going to if you take some time and you will see some pictures, you will see that the alignment of the dial of the moon phase has changed a little bit. So it is a new design, but it is still the same watch with that absolutely ultra thin movement, automatic movement, and the watch really is a demonstration. And this we have to say and point out again, a demonstration of the savoir-faire, of the knowledge of Breguet to decorate dials, to manufacture dials, engine-turned dialed, guillochage. When you see all these different guillochages that have been applied, it's looking simply gorgeous. Also, the moon disc is covered. Here, the moon disc. You have to see it. I come closer, as close as I can until the camera allows me. The moon disc is covered with a blue lacquer containing glittering dust made of aluminium and silicon oxides, giving the aspects of a starry sky. The moon is made of a white gold dot. Its surface is finely hammered to give a realistic aspect. You see, it is hammered. Here. Wow. Beautiful, really beautiful. And let me just also explain you how to set the watch. You have a date indication, you have a moon phase. Of course, you need some help from outside when you want to adjust it. And this is why the watch has 2 push pieces integrated in its case. The case, by the way, is waterproof up to 30 meters. There is one here, and you need such a tool. And then you will push, and then you will adjust the moon phase, or on this side, just near to the lug, you can see it here. You take the tool, you push in, then you are able to adjust the date. This is not a perpetual calendar, so you will have to do some adjustments. End of the month, of course. Very beautifully executed, as I just said. Also new is this beautiful folding clasp with the B. So you open it, you can see, I have to pull away the other watch. There you can see, that's the folding clasp. Of course, you will have a wrist shot coming in the video. This is that new, beautifully Breguet folding clasp. You open, close, So very good to handle if you want to either adjust the length of it or open and close it and put it on your wrist. So there we go. This is the white gold version of the reference 3137 on my wrist, 17 centimeter wrist I do have. It's a 39 millimeter watch, and as you can see, it's a very thin watch. The height of the case, as I already mentioned at the beginning of the video, is 8.65 millimeters, and the lug-to-lug distance from here to here is 47 millimeters. Very thin, very elegant watch, perfectly fitting on my wrist. As I am used to wear big watches, I just a little bit have the impression that's a small watch, but yeah, it is an elegant watch, and therefore it has to be not too big or too huge, and I think the size is perfect. 39 millimeters. Readability is very good with the contrast you have with that beautiful dial in blue and silver. And this is how the red gold version looks on my wrist. As just mentioned before, 17 centimeters my wrist, a very elegant wristwatch. And if you want to open it, so you just push the two, here you see, then it will slide out and it will open up, and to ease up the process of taking it, you can furthermore open up the second part of the clasp here. This will easily let you slide it off your arm. So let me show you once again my favorite execution of the new reference 7137. This is the one with the blue dial, and I want to point out once again this little detail. This is really fantastic. Can you see this little line here above the breguet and the number of the watch? That's not the reference, that's the number. Before I explain you a little bit more about the number, but let me just show you again this contrast here. And you have to imagine that during the multiple color setting stages, the two-tone dial, blue and silver, requires really a delicate manual work to protect the different areas in order to guarantee a perfect boundary in between the two colors, the silver and the blue. And this is really amazing. So one little more detail. You see the watch has a number. It's number 1315. This is not the reference number of the watch because the reference number is 7137, but it is thus an ongoing number, and if you turn the watch, you will then be able to read out here breguet 1315, and you have a C like Charlie and E like India, and this is the individual number of the watch. Every breguet watch has such an individual number, and this is your watch with your individual number and only exists once worldwide. So you might encounter a watch, the reference 7137, probably showing a second time 1315, breguet 1315 on the dial. It's not very likely, but it may happen. But you will never, ever encounter the watch showing a second time 1315 Charlie India or CI here on the back. This is your individual number. The red gold version has 2719, breguet 2719. This is the proof that this is not a reference number, but an individual numbering of the case. And if I take off, and this gives me the opportunity to once again show you how you can use the buckle. It is in the strap and you slide out. There you go, and then you can close it. So let me show this. You close it, and if we turning the watch, you will see the watch features the individual number of 2719 Charlie India. So this is an individual number given to the watch, and the reference number is here and the reference number is 7137. So individually numbered Breguet watches, very elegant 39mm new version of a watch that initially was introduced in 2008 by Breguet and now comes with a new designed dial-less. Thank you very much for watching. Once again, if you are interested in a Breguet watch and if you're wondering where you can see such a watch, where you can get hands on such a watch, please shoot me an email, alexander@watchadvisor.com, and I will be more than happy to help you to find your authorized dealer or your Breguet boutique that will, of course, have the watch on stock and be able to show it to you. And if you need any help, wherever you might look and watch the video right now to buy such a watch and you are sure you want it, I can already guarantee you. Shoot me also an email, of course, Alexander, as I just said, @watchadvisor.com, and I will be more than happy with my good relationships I have to Breguet to help you to find someone who will sell the watch to you with big pleasure, of course. Thank you very much for watching this video, and stay tuned, there is much more to come, and for now, goodbye and stay safe and sound.